You're not broke because you're stupid with money. You're broke because your mind is wired against you. You already know what to do with money. You're not confused about basic math. You know you're supposed to spend less than you earn, avoid toxic debt, maybe save and invest a little. You've watched the budgeting videos, you've heard pay yourself first. You've probably followed finance pages on YouTube or TikTok at some point. Lack of information is not your problem. But somehow, every single month still ends exactly the same way. At the start of the month, you're fired up. You tell yourself, this is it. This is the month I finally get serious. This is the month I get ahead. You make a plan, you feel motivated, you're ready. Then real life creeps in. A couple of takeout orders because you're tired. A night out you didn't plan, but you deserve it. A few small online purchases that felt harmless in the moment. Before you know it, 2 or 3 weeks have passed and the momentum is gone. Then the end of the month hits. You open your banking app and there's that familiar sinking feeling. How the hell am I back at zero again?
Maybe even a little overdraft. Same stress, same cycle. Different month. So let's be brutally honest with each other right now. If you keep ending up in the exact same financial spot, even after consuming more advice, even after getting a raise or two, this is no longer a money problem. This is a psychology problem. It's not that you're too dumb to understand money. It's that there are deeper forces at work. The way your brain chases comfort, the way it fantasizes about success, and the way it secretly sees who you are. These forces quietly drag your bank account back to the same number every time. Until you address them, every new budget, every new app, every new side hustle will just become another short-lived phase before you slide right back. In this video, I'm not here to shame you or tell you to stop buying coffee. I'm not giving you another spreadsheet. Instead, I'm going to walk you through 3 invisible mental traps that keep most people stuck in the same financial year on repeat, even when their income goes up. If you understand these traps and start catching them in real time, your money doesn't have to change dramatically for your entire life to start changing. The same paycheck can finally start building something real when your psychology stops working against you. Let me make this real for you with a story you might recognize. Imagine someone who actually makes decent money. Not rich, not living large, but comfortably above minimum wage. They've even gotten a couple of raises over the last few years. On paper, everything looks fine. But every time their income increases, their lifestyle quietly inflates to match it. The apartment gets upgraded. The car payment goes up. Food delivery shifts from occasional treat to normal. Weekends get more expensive because I work hard, I deserve this. 5 years go by. They're earning significantly more than before, and their bank account looks almost exactly the same. No meaningful savings, no real investments, always 1 or 2 emergencies away from panic. That's not a math problem. That's not a budgeting template problem. That's the first trap in action. Your brain is biologically wired to protect immediate comfort more than it chases long-term freedom. This goes back hundreds of thousands of years. In ancient environments, resources were scarce and the future was unpredictable. Your ancestors survived by grabbing what they could right now and conserving energy for another day. That same wiring is still running in your brain today, even though the world has completely changed. So when your income rises even slightly, your brain doesn't think, great, now I have a chance to build real wealth. Instead, it automatically thinks, great, now I can upgrade my comfort level. The new normal quietly absorbs every extra dollar. You get a better apartment, a nicer car, more convenient but expensive habits, and little luxuries that make daily life feel just a bit better. None of it feels like a big decision. It just happens naturally. This is what experts call lifestyle creep, and it's one of the biggest reasons people stay stuck even when they start earning more money. I've personally seen people go from making $45,000 a year to $85,000 in just 4 years and still live paycheck to paycheck because every single raise was immediately absorbed by upgraded comfort. The hidden cost is much bigger than most people realize. That $6 to $8 daily coffee and takeout habit isn't just $2,000 to $3,000 a year. When you factor in what that money could have compounded into over 10 or 20 years, the real cost becomes massive. The same principle applies to subscriptions, upgraded phones every year, eating out more often, and all the small lifestyle upgrades that feel completely harmless in the moment. The tiny but powerful shift that starts breaking this trap is surprisingly simple. Before any purchase over $20, pause for 5 to 10 seconds and ask yourself one clear, honest question. Does this buy me comfort right now, or does it buy me more freedom later? Say the question out loud if you need to. Put a reminder note in your phone. This single pause pulls you out of autopilot and forces your brain into conscious decision-making. Over weeks and months, this one habit alone can free up hundreds or even thousands of dollars that were previously disappearing into comfort without you ever noticing.
Most people never pause to ask this question, and that's exactly why they stay trapped in the same financial situation for years or even decades.
Once you start catching comfort in the act, the second trap becomes much easier to spot.
Trap number 2, fantasy over boring reps. Your brain is addicted to novelty and quick emotional rewards. That's why the fantasy version of success feels so incredibly powerful and motivating. The viral side hustle story where someone made 6 figures in 6 months. The crypto coin that went up 100 times. The "I quit my job and now I travel the world" testimonials you see constantly. Every new idea gives you a strong dopamine hit that makes you feel like you're finally making progress. So you do exactly what most people do. You binge watch content, research new strategies, maybe even buy a course or two. You feel excited and motivated for a week or two. But the moment the actual daily work begins, the repetitive, often boring and unsexy tasks like consistently posting content, learning one sales system deeply, following up with customers, or slowly building something, the excitement fades fast. Then you abandon ship and jump to the next shiny new strategy, chasing that fresh dopamine rush again. This cycle can easily repeat for years without you realizing how much time you're losing. Meanwhile, the small percentage of people who actually escaped the paycheck-to-paycheck trap usually did something far less glamorous. They picked one viable vehicle, whether it was a specific skill, a service, content creation, or a simple business model, and stuck with it through the long, boring middle phase for 12 to 24 months straight. They showed up consistently even when it wasn't exciting. They focused on mastering the fundamentals instead of constantly looking for shortcuts and new hacks. Think about it like learning to play a musical instrument. Everyone wants to play beautiful songs on stage in front of people, but very few are willing to practice basic chords and scales for months when it sounds terrible and progress feels slow. The fantasy is the big performance. The reality is the daily, often boring practice. The shift that breaks this trap is radical commitment without switching. Choose one income-generating skill or model and commit to it for a minimum of 6 to 12 months with zero chasing of new strategies. No new courses during this period. No shiny object syndrome. Just deliberate, consistent daily reps. The boredom you feel is actually the signal that you're doing the thing most people quit right before it starts paying real dividends.
That brings us to the deepest and most powerful trap of all. Trap number 3, identity. This trap quietly protects the first two. Deep down, many people carry unconscious beliefs, such as, "I'm just not a money person." "Wealthy people are greedy or lucky, not like me." "People from my background or family don't build real wealth." Or, "I always find a way to mess things up financially, no matter what I try." Your subconscious mind treats these beliefs as core parts of your identity. So whenever you start making real progress, it creates subtle but effective self-sabotage. You spend any extra money immediately. You procrastinate on important tasks. You create unnecessary drama in your life. Or you find clever reasons why this opportunity isn't right for someone like me. Psychologists call this identity consistency. Your brain strongly prefers to stay consistent with a familiar, even painful identity rather than become someone new and unfamiliar. Changing your financial reality can literally feel like a threat to who you believe you are at your core. This is why so many people unconsciously pull themselves back to the same financial level they've always known, even when they have every opportunity to move forward. The most effective way to shift this isn't fake positivity or affirmations that feel ridiculous. It's gradual identity updating through language and small pieces of real evidence. Start consciously saying things like, "I'm learning how to handle money like someone who takes their future seriously." "I'm becoming the kind of person who makes smart financial decisions." "I'm capable of building real stability and wealth." Write these statements down every single day. Notice even the smallest wins and consciously link them to this new identity. Over time, your brain begins to align your actions, decisions, and habits with the updated story you're telling yourself. This is how permanent, lasting change actually happens. Not through brute force willpower, but through identity-level rewiring. So those are the 3 traps working together like a silent, invisible system, designed to keep your financial life exactly where it has always been. Comfort over progress keeps you spending the extra money you make. Fantasy over boring reps keeps you distracted from doing the real, consistent work. Identity makes sure you never fully commit or feel worthy of lasting success. Together, they create a nearly perfect self-reinforcing loop that keeps most people stuck in the same financial range for years or even decades. But here's the empowering part. Awareness is the beginning of real freedom. The moment you can name the trap in real time, this is comfort trying to upgrade my lifestyle. This is fantasy pulling me away from real work. This is my old identity trying to protect itself. You steal back your power. You stop being controlled by these patterns and start interrupting them effectively. Here's the one simple practice you can start this week that actually moves the needle. For the next 7 full days, before every single purchase over $20, pause for a few seconds and ask yourself honestly, does this buy me comfort right now or freedom later? Write the answer down in your phone or a notebook. At the end of the week, sit down and carefully review every choice you made. You will be shocked at how clearly the 3 traps show up in your daily decisions. That level of awareness alone is often enough to begin rewiring all 3 patterns at once. If this video hit you, if you're genuinely tired of knowing what to do but still repeating the same painful financial cycle month after month, then this channel is built for you. I break down the real psychology behind why people stay broke, stay stuck in jobs they hate, or can't stay consistent with side hustles, and more importantly, how to actually rewire the mindset that controls everything. No surface-level tips, no fluff. Just the mental patterns that decide whether you stay stuck or finally move forward. If you're ready to break these invisible loops, hit subscribe right now, turn on notifications, and let's keep going together. Your next month really doesn't have to look like the last 10 years. It starts right now, with seeing the traps clearly.